I want to forgive my dad.
Yeah?
And I don't know how. Because I love him.
Yeah.
And at times I have moments where I understand it's his pain from his childhood.
Yeah.
And I know he loves me.
Yeah.
But he'll say something and it triggers me.
He can't help it. The whole conversation about bandwidth was really in preparation for this conversation, because people can change, but it's really hard to change your vibration. And if you don't change your vibration, then you don't get called to different behavior. And so if you can say to yourself, whenever you witness it with him or anyone else, he can't help it. Just say that. He can't help it. Not right now, not this red hot minute. He can't help it. One time, when Esther was a teenager, she and her cousin hiked way up into the canyon, up onto the hillside, and just messed around all day, looking at stuff, trying to see what parts of the city they could recognize, the little town. And then they found a great big rock on top of another rock. And they commented, how'd that rock even get there? And then they decided it's probably always been there, because nobody could pick it up. Nobody would want to pick it up. And then they got this great idea. I wonder if we could knock it off. And because it was so tentatively sitting there, they could. So they got behind it, and both of them, little girls really, with all of their strength, they were about your size, two of them, knocked it off on a hill. And then it began to experience the field of gravity. And it began to roll, and Susan said, oh no, oh no, oh no. And Esther said, oh no, oh no, oh no. And then it began to bounce. And then it bounced across the highway. Bounced across the highway. Didn't hit anything. Can you imagine these kids running fast enough and getting in front of that thing and stopping it? Can you imagine them even stopping it when it got a little ways away? Momentum is real. And whether you're talking about momentum like a boulder rolling down a hill, or momentum of, as you said, and you're right, thoughts and experiences that he was introduced to and lived long before you knew him. Momentum, 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 momentum. And just like Esther and Susan could never in a million years have stopped that rock, sometimes momentum is really strong. And people can't stop that, even though at times they want to. So what are you going to do? What we would do, if we were standing in your physical shoes, is we would not try to change anyone else's bandwidth, because you really can't do that. But we would really work on our own. You demonstrated to us just now, in the brief time we let you speak, that you do love him. In other words, you've got a lot of split energy about all of this, but you can choose for your own benefit. When you give someone the benefit of the doubt, you're the one who receives the benefit. It is absolutely a valid thing. There are disagreements even in this room, and we understand why. But you can give anyone the benefit of the doubt if you care enough about how you feel. Now, if it's somebody that you don't ever have to think about again, you could just move on. You could just move on, and that's what we would recommend. But when it's someone up close like that, someone that you think about all the time, someone that's in your life, someone that you can't let go of the thoughts, you've got to find a way to improve the thoughts. Because the thoughts that you think about whatever you're thinking about are causing you to feel the way you feel, which equals your point of attraction, which in many cases just brings more of the same back. In other words, it's like picking a fight without even meaning to pick a fight, just by remembering what happened. You just keep picking the fight and picking the fight and picking the fight. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
The most powerful thing that we said that we really want you to take away from this is when you give someone the benefit of the doubt. We know if you joined groups to talk about this, 100% of them would agree that it's hard for you not to think about that or for you to talk about it and that you shouldn't let it go. But we're talking about your point of attraction, and we're talking about the momentum of something barreling down a hill, and we're talking about the way the universe works, and we're not just talking about the field of gravity, which is insistent. Have you noticed? We're talking about the field of attraction, which is also insistent. And in every moment you are stepping into this field of attraction, and how you feel is the reason that the field of attraction is going to match you up with things. So when you accept that you have the power to feel better because you want to, not because somebody else deserves it, his inner being would say he does, but we're not asking you to think that. That's a hard thought. We would think thoughts if we were standing in your shoes like, if I can't find a good thought, a better feeling thought, then I'll choose no thought. That's harder. Well, then I'll choose a better feeling thought. Well, that's hard too. Well, which is easier, to find a better feeling thought or to choose no thought? And I guess a better feeling thought, because I can't choose no thought. When Kate was little, Esther's granddaughter, she had a little toy that she would hid in a great big building, a building big like this. She would hide it, and then she would play warmer, colder with Jerry and Esther. She knew where it was. They had not watched her hide it. And so they would walk from place to place. She'd say, you're getting warmer. You're getting warmer. And then Jerry would always just go in the opposite direction just because he wanted to extend the game. You're getting colder. You're getting colder. I told you it was warmer over there. Go over there where it's warmer. Because Kay knew where it was, and when he was almost there and then he would pretend like he was lost again, I told you it's warmer over there, she would say. And eventually he would find it. But this is what your inner being is saying. It's warmer over there. The love is over there. The love that is you and that you want to feel is over there. It's over there. Go find it if you can. Do your best to find it if you can. Do your best to find it if you can. And what happens is it just gets better and better, because if the other that you've decided to love instead of fear or resent, if you've decided to love and you get pretty good at it, just sort of kind of a little bit better at it, if nothing has changed in the vibration of the other, then your path will part permanently. But let's say that there is some love over there too, and some of what you've got going on over there too. Then maybe off you'll go toward this new vibration that you've discovered. But it's not your job to get hold of somebody else and drag them to where you're going. In fact, it's not even possible. It's the law of attraction's job to do the matching up. We're just asking you to match up with your inner being. What's hard about parents, especially, we know we're over time here, is that, as we said earlier, people want to find harmony, and path of least resistance is just to do what your parents say sometimes. In other words, you just were without any choice about it. And so that was the path of least resistance then. But now it's different. Now it's different. You can feel the way you want to feel. And as you choose to feel the way you want to feel, then different things match up for you. It's just the way that it is. We have told a silly story for quite a while. Seems like a good time to tell it to you. We say, so people, they want things to go well for them, and they'd like people to treat them the way they want to be treated and be the way they'd like them to be. So we say, okay, make a big sign, put your picture on it, make a big sign, and make a list of all the things that are important to you. And then walk around the world with your sign, airports, restaurants, everywhere you go. And when you see people, say, see, this is me, and when you see me, these are the things I require from you in order for me to feel the way I'm supposed to feel. Because I know I'm supposed to feel self-love, and I know things are supposed to go well for me, so I'm going to need all of you to cooperate in that way. And you're laughing because it's ridiculous. Of course, it's ridiculous. We say you could make that sign, good luck with that. Or you could calibrate to who you really are and get a signal going that your inner being is a part of, that just makes your point of attraction so powerful that it really does not matter what anybody else on the planet thinks about you, because you've got it going on. And what matches you will find its way to you. Yeah. Helpful? Really good.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next